you and Keyshia Cole
Who was that? Nah, just fan.
had a very public relationship.
Yeah.
How hard was it in the beginning when, y'all are trying to build a real relationship, and everyone else gets to sort of sit back and watch and comment on it?
Yeah. I feel like it's a tough situation. If you're gonna be in a situation like that, you have to be willing and ready to deal with anything that comes with it, the good and the bad. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in the media, it's more publicized and glorified the bad things that happen within a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So if something bad happens in anybody's relationship and you in front of the public eye, it's gonna get blew way out of proportion. And so if in your situation, you two are not just tied together like best friends with the social media and all that stuff these days, your problem can get to going, it can start going too far and you can't catch it because you're gonna start hearing what everybody else gotta say because now everybody is so accessible due to social media.
You can just at somebody.
Yeah.
And there's a chance they'll see it.
Exactly. And you never know what's true and not true. And people tend to these days believe anything they told or anything that's printed.
Well, I'll tell you an interesting story. You know Chingy?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but there was a rumor, a while back that Chingy had this relationship with a transsexual. Do you remember this whole story?
I think I heard of something like that.
There's a picture of a girl who actually was a tranny with Chingy, and then she came out, and said, "Oh, me and Chingy have been, involved for a number of years and so forth." He denied it, and I had interviewed Chingy about this,
right?
And this was actually just he had done a show. The girl asked him for a picture. He said, "Sure." Picture came out. That was the only picture like that. She came out a couple of years later and said the whole thing was a lie.
Yeah.
I was just, trying to get on. It wasn't working for me, so I figured if I tell this story, people interview me and I'll get more famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Chingy told me how he actually had lost a major record deal over this allegation. And it, for years, people just assumed that it was true. Yeah. Over this one picture. You had something similar where it was like there's a picture of you in a strip club and okay, now you in a relationship with this girl and you got to deal with the consequences of that.
The exact same thing. It's like the girl is actually from where I'm from. You know what I mean? And the strip club is actually like they just made a bigger one, but it's like one of the ones that's, you know what I'm saying, in the hood, like that people go to comfortably, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I snapped a flick, and then everybody's like, "Oh, he's in a relationship with a stripper, or he's spending money with a stripper," and it becomes the truth, no matter what you say or what you do about it, because people are so influenced by the media these days. Like everything sticks, and so you gotta have tough skin, and you just gotta be able to just walk in your light, and just at the end of the day, people will see it. But if you're in a relationship, like I said, it becomes a war, all-out war.
You think if you had taken all that away from your, all the outside influences out of your relationship, that you guys would be together right now?
I can't speak on it and say we would be together because I don't know if we were meant to be together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But what I will say is that, if you don't have so many people pulling on you and telling you this and telling you that, you able to, if you do have a problem, you able to come to it with each other, talk about it, and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But once all those outside forces come in and start pulling at you and tearing you apart, if you ain't just locked in, that thing will break.
Now, I'd read that you actually didn't want to get a divorce. That you didn't want to, that you didn't file or anything else like that.
Yeah, because I don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And I think somebody took my comment the wrong way because I used that I was a Christian, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't saying that to say I don't make mistakes or that I'm perfect, but I just feel like in today's world, especially in the black community, two couples not staying together no more. You know what I mean? They just falling apart and just setting bad examples for the generation that's watching behind us. And so in that particular situation with her, I would have been willing to work through whatever the problem was, because I've always felt like that's how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to grow with somebody and go through whatever problems y'all got and come up out of them. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said it. Now, if she filed the papers, I wasn't gonna be like, no, don't do it, let's stay together. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't gonna be the one to initiate it.
Sure. Now, I guess there was like a fake divorce filing at one point.
Crazy. Somebody actually went to the whatever you call it. I don't even know where you go to
court,
file.
I guess.
Yeah, went there, filed the papers, left a phone number and all that. They called him, and I guess one of the reporters from, I think, TMZ called this individual. I don't know who he or she is, but I guess he was like, yeah, this is Daniel, and I don't want to talk right now, or something like that, and just hung up on him, like basically like run it, like it's true. Like I don't know where it came from, but that's kind of crazy. That's like, can't somebody go to jail for that? Like, ain't that
impersonation, I guess?
Something. It gotta be something.
Do you know who it is?
I have no idea.
So this was just done anonymously? You ain't got to give an ID or nothing when you do this?
That's what I'm saying. It's a court office, right? I'm sure the police station ain't far from it. I don't know how somebody could do that and get away with it, like in a place like that. I don't know.
You guys have a child together.
Yeah.
How is co-parenting now that you guys aren't living together?
Co-parenting it's difficult though, I say. Just because, you know, when he with me, he might want his mama to, you know, I don't know, do what mamas do. He get a scratch on his leg, he ain't gonna come in there like daddy, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna be as gentle as his mom might be, you know what I'm saying? So moments like that make it difficult, and I'm sure when he's with her, he might have a daddy moment, you know what I'm saying, where he want to come jump on my head or something like that. So it just makes it difficult when he wants to see her or when he wants to see me when we ain't around each other. But that's why I'm trying to, as best I can, be friends with her. So if we not gonna be together, at least we can operate in a way that, you know what I'm saying, is good for him to see.
Well, I saw you called her out in the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I'm so mad she ain't I ain't seen her do it.
She not gonna do it, you know?
I don't think so. No. You know, she don't want to get her hair wet and all that.
That's the whole hair thing.
Oh man,
forget about it.
I wanted to see that ice. It's
not gonna happen though, huh?
I don't know. Ain't it like a rule or something? Don't she gotta pay more money if she ain't done it? The ice bucket challenge got so watered down with everybody doing it.
I think once Jordan started doing it, it's sort of, you know, everyone wanted to.
Yeah.
And didn't the president of Nike do it too? Like,
I think so, yeah. Everybody was getting into it.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's for a great cause.
Last July, there was some sort of altercation you got into in New Orleans.
Yeah.
What exactly happened?
Me and Keyshia out here hanging out. We went to the club, and it was late, and I just feel like it was just one of them situations where I think the individual looked at us as celebrities and not as people. You know what I'm saying? And so on the way out, he just said something disrespectful towards her, and you know, I could have possibly like asked for security or help or something like that, but in a situation like that, I feel like if that's your woman, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to protect your woman. Yeah. That's basically what it was.
It's difficult because, you know, it's a come up for them.
Exactly. That's
they now become famous for the person who got attacked by the celebrity.
Yeah, and that's what it ends up being. And what's crazy is now the space that I've gotten into, we could be walking down the street right now. I don't know if I could curse, but if somebody...
Yeah, you can curse.
Somebody cussed me out, basically, walking down the street, I wouldn't feel inclined to even give them a second of my time. You know what I'm saying? because I feel like I've matured now as a man. Even though that was not that long ago, I feel like I've matured in the sense of that kind of stuff really don't bother me no more. I'm kind of focused on what I want out of life now that I know what I want out of life.